Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at some people that could be potentially getting figures. All of these are people that have recently signed a Legends deal, and whenever they sign a Legends deal, they make WWE Supercard. And so everybody on this list has signed a Legends deal and will most likely get a figure, and I'm going to kind of say if I want their figure or not. But this is all figured out through the game, WWE Supercard. Go check it out. I play that game all the time. I really enjoy the game. For example, also the WWE Champions game, the Headbangers just had a set come out, so that means they're on a Legends deal. And for the Headbangers, I've been wanting figures of these two guys for the longest time. I think that you could easily put them in the Legends deal or even the main Elite line. These two have never had WWE figures, and I think the figures would look really nice. I love their attire. It's a very interesting attire. And me being a completionist, somebody that wants a figure of every single person that has a WWE figure, I would definitely get them just because I don't have a figure of them. Next up, we have Sandman, and I'm so excited for this because we don't have a lot of ECW guys that have WWE Elite action figures. And Sandman has never had a WWE action figure, and I think this figure would look nice. Come with a kendo stick, with the nice jeans, put him in his ECW attire preferably, but any type of Sandman action figure I won't be complaining about. And I'm hoping now that we're getting a Sandman figure, maybe we could potentially get some more ECW guys with figures. I want a Tommy Dreamer Elite figure. I would like a Sabu. I would like an ECW version of Rhino. There's just so many ECW guys that I would like to get in the figure line just because I'm a big fan of ECW, like going back and watching their pay-per-views and stuff. So this is one that I'm probably most excited about. Next up we have Rosey, and there's two different versions you could do for him. You could do the superhero in training, and you can also do when he was teaming up with Umaga. You would do either one, I'd be happy about it, but I do want the superhero in training version, definitely. I think this could be a nice looking figure, and he's somebody that we do need a figure of. I think you could put him in the regular Elite line, and people were saying that maybe he shouldn't go into the Legends line because he's not a legend. People just don't consider him a legend. Okay, that's fine. That's fine with me. I don't really care. Just put him in the regular Elite line then. Next up, we have the big, great Khali, and I definitely want an Elite figure of him. He has had a basic figure, and I have it. It's a nice little basic, well, not little, it's a big basic figure because he's the great Khali. I think this would be a cool, nice little big figure to stand beside your Omos in your collection. But he's somebody that they could definitely put in the regular Elite line or in the Legends line. Next up, we have the Dudley Boys, and they have signed a Legends line, but they have had Elite figures before. They're highly sought after. You can barely get them anymore, but the problem with those figures is when they made their turn back in, I think it was 2017, 2016, they gave them the recent versions. The figure was the 2016 version. We didn't get the Attitude Era version, and we also didn't get the ECW version. I want an older Dudley Boys figures. So give us a cool Attitude Era gear of the Dudley Boys, and I'm happy, really glad that they have signed a Legends deal, because there's someone's figures that I've been really trying to look for, but you can't get the Elites that they already have for a decent price anywhere. Next up, we have the Bushwhackers, and I feel like these figures would just be so fun. Give them 2 head sculpts each, give them the funny head sculpt and a serious head sculpt, and I think that figure could just be amazing. Put them in the Legends line or the regular Elite line. I probably say put them in the Legends line because I want this Legends line to go far. I don't want the Legends line to end. I'm a huge fan of the Legends line because we're getting figures of people that we haven't got before, and that's really what I look for in the WWE Elites. So yeah, I think these figures could be great. Next up, we have Finlay, and he's one of those that already has an Elite figure, which is cool, but it was like in the early sets of WWE, the really early sets. It was in the first ever 10 sets, and so they're highly sought after. I don't know if his is, but I want a recent version. I want the double jointed arms. I want the True Effects head sculpt, and that was never around in the top 10 sets. So Finlay is someone I would definitely purchase because I need him in my collection. Next up is William Regal, and we have a figure of him, but it was also in one of the earlier sets, and it was in the gear that I'm showing on the screen. It was nice. It had a rubber jacket, but I would like to see a cloth version of that jacket. I think that would be really nice. And I just want to see it with the new technology that Mattel has now with the True Effects, the double jointed arms, like I said on the last one. I want to see a new version of that figure. Put it in the greatest hits line, and I would definitely like to see it in there because that figure was good. But a figure we don't have is the short-haired version of William Regal like you're seeing on the screen right now. I want that version of him as well. And it's a figure we don't have yet and we've never seen before. And so I think it would be really cool. Next up we have Superstar Billy Graham, and I think he has a figure, but it's highly sought after according to my knowledge, and he's just somebody I would like to add to my collection. Next up we have IRS, and I have a figure of him because he has had a figure, but put him back in the line because I know a lot of people probably missed that figure. It's not a recent figure. It was back a little bit in a few sets, and so throw another one out at us, and I wouldn't mind. I would probably say put him in the greatest hits line because that figure was pretty good and it did the job. Because honestly, there's only a few attires that you have to pick from IRS, and I think just his basic attire like we have in the Elite is perfectly fine. Next up is Alundra Blaze, and she has had a figure, but I personally don't have it. I don't know if it's highly sought after, but I would like to see a new updated version with the true effects and the double jointed arms. I think she's a cool character that we definitely need a figure of in our collection. So there you guys have it. That's some WWE legends that could be potentially getting figures coming soon, and I'm really excited, and I think 2024 is going to be another great year of figures, putting out new amazing Ultimate Editions, Elites, and with the new basic mold, even basics are going to be so much better. So yeah, I'm very excited to get all these new figures.